Hi everyone, it's Debbie. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm a reseller. I've been reselling for 20 years and I absolutely love it. I sell mainly on eBay and Poshmark and a little bit on Mercari. And today I have a what sold and update video from a bins haul. I had a video, it was out on August 30th, and the thumbnail looked like this. This was a day that I went to the Oklahoma City Goodwill bins, and I only had like an hour to shop. And I went through one bin from top to bottom, and I left there thinking, wow, this is a lot of just kind of plain, ordinary, everyday items. I wonder how I can do on this haul. It's not even a very big haul. And I thought I'm going to take really good records and pay attention and see how much I actually make on this haul, how much I'm making per hour. Is it worth it to pick up these plain, ordinary items? I wanted to have a few updates along the way so that you could see how much I'm really at. So my estimated amount was that I thought that I would get back in the bank after any fees or postage, $429.89. The cost of goods was just $43, so I estimated that my profit would be $386.89. Now, what is it actually today? So as of today, I have received back in the bank $366.63. Cost of goods is the same, $43, and my profit so far is $323.63. So to get to my predicted amount, I still need to bring in $63.26, and I will do that easily. So I know that I will end up making at least the amount that I predicted, and probably pretty close. Some of the items that I have sold that have not appeared in the original video or the other what sold videos. The first one I titled Victoria's Secret Vintage Lingerie 36C bra, because it had a built-in bra, sheer neon yellow 90s and baby doll. It sold for $30.11. My earnings were $19.15. I paid just 29 cents. I do weigh each item and it's $1.19 a pound. So this one did not weigh much at all. And it took 2 months and 22 days to sell. My profit was $18.86. I had a couple offers that came in lower, but I knew this being Victoria's Secret, vintage, it had a bra sizing in it. I knew I could get more for it, so I decided to hold out on it, and I am really pleased with an $18.86 profit. The next one I titled BCBG Max Azria Jerry Dress, size small, striped black velvet. This one I would not have picked up if I had found it at my regular Goodwill and it was $8.99, because this brand is so hit or miss for me and I often have trouble selling it. It was also a size small, but it was at the bins, and so it cost 80 cents. So I thought I can price this low enough so I think it will sell. Also, it was fitted, a black dress. I find black dresses sell really well, and that it had the velvet stripes. I think velvet is trending right now, so that was another reason to pick it up. I thought it could sell, and it sold for $38.01. My earnings were $22.03. I paid just 80 cents at the Goodwill bins. It took 2 months and 9 days to sell, and my profit was $21.23. I'm going to show you my pricing strategy for this dress. When I looked up sold comps and put in the brand, the name of the dress, and the size, I found 2 listings. I looked at the prices of the listing and how much they were charging for shipping. I then scrolled down so that I could toggle over where it shows completed and sold listings to see what had sold. And nothing had sold at the time. The one that you see sold now is actually my listing. So it actually had a 0% sell-through rate, but I thought just the style of the dress, I could use enough keywords to be able to sell it. Then the items that were similar to mine, I just knew I had to price the lowest to give it a chance to sell. So if you'll see on the left-hand side, that was my competition. Those were the similar items that were like mine. On the right, that shows my item. So what made mine sell? when there were others that were just like mine. I think it ultimately was mine was the lowest price. If you combine the purchase price and the shipping, mine ended up the very lowest out there. You can also see that I originally had this dress listed at $32.99, and then just very quickly after that, I had a markdown sale of 20% off, and I usually have my entire store at 20% off because somehow the psychology of it, when people see that it is discounted extra, it helps motivate them to buy. Everybody loves a sale. I also have best offer and free returns. So I think all of those things combined, it provides marketing strategies, and the free returns gives buyers confidence in buying from me. The next one I titled Duluth Trading Company Shawl Collar Sweater, men's large, gray, cotton, wool, thick. This sweater sold one time. The person messaged me right after purchasing it and asked to cancel. So I said yes, but I knew it would sell again, and it did. It sold for $30.31. My earnings were $15.44. I paid $2.45. It took 2 months and 19 days to sell, and my profit was $12.99. The next one, this is the first one that's a Poshmark sale. The first three were eBay. This one is Poshmark. This was the Abercrombie & Fitch Soft A&F sweatshirt, medium, and then I put Los Angeles because it had Los Angeles on the front. And it sold in a bundle with a shirt that was in the Goodwill bins haul that was after this one. I'll have an update on that one maybe in a couple weeks or so. It's been doing really well. So I split the amount between the two items, and I put that this one sold for $26.10. My earnings were $23.17. I paid just 89 cents at the Goodwill bins. It took 1 month and 29 days to sell, and my profit was $22.28. So that's the second of these Abercrombie & Fitch soft A&F sweatshirts that I have found that have sold for a really good profit. The first ones had like Italy on it, and it sold for a higher amount, but this one's still a $22 profit. I think is excellent. Just a quick reminder, if you're new and not subscribed, I'd love to have you back. Just hit the subscribe button down below, and if you hit the notification bell, it will let you know when I release new videos. The next one was a bikini top, so those weigh almost nothing. I love finding things like that at the bins. This one was the All Saints Spitalfields Darwin string bikini top, women's size 6 US, 10 UK, and 38 Europe. And sometimes if it has all of the sizes listed and I have enough room to put it on there, I do. And I think looking at the sold comps, a lot of them went international, and that might have been another reason why I put all of those sizes on it. And it's sold through the eBay International program to someone in the United Kingdom. So I'm glad that I did not just put the US size on there. It sold for a gross amount of $38.71. That amount is the full amount that the buyer pays. Then after all the fees are taken out, which includes the shipping, which is high because it's international shipping, my earnings, what I actually received back in the bank, is $11.21. I paid just 12 cents, and it took 2 months and 8 days to sell. My profit was $11.09. The next one I titled J. Crew Factory Reimagined Beach Cardigan Sweater, Women's Extra Large, Intense Pink. This sold on Poshmark for $16. My earnings were $12.69. I paid just 92 cents. It took 1 month and 29 days to sell, and my profit was $11.77. And I got really nice feedback on the item. And the last one that I'm going to share with you that sold was the ASOS denim shirt, women's large, pearl snap, long sleeve, western stretch, fits 42-inch chest large. And the reason why I put that was because it said that on the tag. So I thought that's probably good information to put in there. And I do when I have extra characters and I'm able to fit more information in there. A lot of times on, especially men's shirts or jackets, I'll put the chest size in the title line. It sold for $18.33. My earnings were $8.68. I paid $1.20. And my profit was only $7.48, but that's okay. It adds up. And I am thankful that I already have $366.63 back on this haul. So the first thing that hasn't sold yet is this corset. It's a size 3XL and it was by the brand Daisy. Okay, I'm going to make just a couple of quick changes to see if I can get this item moving. On Poshmark, I'm just going to drop the price by 10%. Then on eBay, I'm going to drop my price. It's at $23.98, and I'm going to drop it so it's below $20. It's showing the median sold price is only $11.99, which that seems pretty low, and maybe the sold comps have changed a bit, so I'll have to keep watching that. Also, what if my shipping is a little high and that's scaring off buyers? I thought I would drop that just a little bit so that shipping is more attractive. And then on my promotional rate, I might just take that up 1% higher from 6.2% up to 7.2%. And maybe just changing a few things by a little bit will help this item to move. This is the Gap vintage sweater. And this one, I think I listed around $44, and I decided that that's too high. So I ended my listing and relisted it today. And I also looked at vintage Gap sweaters that have done really well. And I really looked at the title and what keywords they used. So I changed my listing, and I think I added grandpa, prep, chunky. There were a few keywords that I added in there, and I dropped the price by like $10 or $15 because I really want this to move while it's still winter. So we'll see how that works. And I had forgotten to cross-list it to Poshmark and Mercari. I think I only had it on eBay, so I went ahead and cross-listed it also. So we'll see if we can get that one moving. And this one, I actually wore in a video, and it is the Banana Republic maxi dress, and it has had interest. It even sold once and then was canceled, but I really like it, but it's too long on me. But I've considered keeping it and then just maybe getting it hemmed because I do really like it. So we'll see. I still have this Think Geek Star Wars sweater, and maybe there is just not a huge market. Maybe I have it priced too high, so I'm going to go back and look at this one. Look at my pictures, see if my pictures look bad. If I have something wrong, do I have the right size on it? It's extra large. I'll look and see what the current listings are, and if mine is priced higher than everyone else's, I will drop mine so I'm one of the lowest ones so that I can get it moving. So that's what I'll do on that one. I looked at my listing, and it actually had 32 views in the last 30 days and 3 watchers, which is really good for me. And usually things with that number of views and watchers sell pretty quickly, but it hadn't. So I looked a little further. The photographs all looked pretty good to me. The description looked accurate, other than it said it's a pet-free home. I need to change that now that we have Sierra. I looked at the item specifics and everything looked accurate. So next I wanted to look at both current and sold listings. When I looked at the prices, mine was the second lowest price, so that was in line. The sell-through rate was not great. There were 7 current listings and only 3 had sold. So that's not great, but I should be able to sell it if I have it priced low. The actual sold comps looked great. My listing is just right in line and actually a little bit lower. So sometimes things just don't sell and there's not exactly a clear-cut reason. If you drop your price by 10% or more on eBay, an email is generated to people that have viewed your item. This is one that I just received. I had viewed this Ralph Lauren dress when it was $60. they dropped the price to $45 and I received this marketing email. So I think that is a powerful tool. So I thought since I had so many views on it, I would try that. So that's one thing I did. Then I noticed I had not cross-listed it to both Poshmark and Mercari, so I did that. So I'm trying to do everything I can to get this sold before Christmas is here. So we'll see if any of those things help this item sell. This one is, I think it was Croft and Barrow, and it's this cute little double collar vintage sweatshirt. And I remember it was a size small, so I thought that's going to be challenging, but I think it will still sell. But it hasn't. So I looked at the listing earlier and it was a flat lay and the pictures don't look good. So tomorrow I'm going to be photographing, and I think what I'll do is I'll put it on the mannequin and I'll try to take some better pictures because they really didn't look good. I will drop my price a little bit and see if I can get this to sell because time is almost up. People will stop buying these when it gets closer to Christmas. I looked back on my camera roll and figured out why I was so dissatisfied with these photos. They really do look bad. I tried to set up a photo station upstairs so that I could quickly just take photos. It's really dark up there. So I did the whole thing where you put the board and the gray blanket, and I purchased these big lights, but the angle of the pictures just doesn't look right. The colors seem distorted. I just was really unhappy with it. So that did not last long. And I very much prefer just taking the pictures downstairs with natural sunlight coming in now. So I thought it was a great idea to photograph this, and the color looks so much better. And right away I got a watcher, or I think someone put it in their cart. So hopefully it will sell very soon. I did not change the price. I lowered the shipping by just a tiny bit, just so that it would be under $6, and that might be more attractive to the buyer. I had cross-listed it, so that wasn't the issue. And so we'll just see if the change in the photographs to better pictures makes a difference and if it will sell. It doesn't sell this year, you never know. Something silly will happen, like it will sell in the middle of June. Pickle jerseys on this haul were amazing. Those were the best thing in this haul. They sold so well, but I have 2 of them still hanging around. And so, maybe they'll sell eventually. I might drop them by a couple more dollars and see if I can get them moving, or it just might take a little while for that right buyer to come along. I think these last 2 jerseys are just not highly sought after, and that is okay because I did so well on all the other jerseys that I will let these just sit for a little while. I went ahead and dropped the price on both of them because they had no views and no watchers, and maybe someone will eventually come along if they're a low price and purchase them. But if not, that is totally okay with me. I am thrilled with how the other jerseys did. This is a little sweater shawl, and it was new with tags, and I didn't recognize the brand, but usually the company embroiders on them, and this one was not embroidered, so I don't think it's had much activity at all. So I will go in and look at this listing or not. A lot of times I'll just let them sit for a little while, and eventually the right buyer will come along. I'm not going to make any changes on this one. I think it's just not a highly sought after item, but it's really nice. It's new with tags. I think it's super cute, and the right buyer will find it eventually. So I'm just leaving it as is without any changes, and hopefully someone will discover it and purchase it pretty soon. This one is Tom Bazzuta for Barad and Company. It's a vintage, very lightweight nightgown, and it just has not received a lot of activity. But sometimes these things take a little while to sell, but it's vintage. It costs like nothing, so I'm happy with letting it sit and wait. On this one, I decided to revise the title so that I am leading more with style-based keywords rather than the brand name, because I don't think the brand name is pulling a lot of potential buyers in. So at the very beginning, now it says Vintage 70s sheer see-through nightgown. I also took out the made in where it says made in the USA and just put USA so that I could fit the word gown in there. I dropped the price from $19.06 to $16.89. I left the shipping the same and everything else. So we will see if those slight little changes make a difference. This one is Motherhood Maternity. It is a denim snap jacket. And I know if I get more maternity items in and listed, that helps maternity items sell more. If I just have more buyers coming to my store or closet that are looking for maternity, I'll also check and make sure I have this cross-listed and not just on one platform. I decided to reduce the price on this item from $11.11 to $8.72. I also removed best offer because I don't want to get offers for like $2 or $3. And I think someone will eventually come along and be willing to pay $8.72. I also reduced my shipping slightly because I think $5.89 for postage sounds a little more attractive than $6.72. And then there is a bra. I don't remember what bra this was, so I'll just pop it up and the same thing, I'll look at it. It was a Vanity Fair bra, size 40C, and everything looked pretty good. So I just reduced the price a little bit from $10.98 to $9.28. I also dropped the shipping price from $5.89 to $4.98, and hopefully that will help this one sell faster. So that is everything that I have for you today. In my last video, a couple of you asked for a Sierra update. We adopted a dog. It's been a month now, and her name is Sierra, and she's doing so well. She's really come out of her shell. She's over there on the couch. She's a little couch potato. Sierra, want to say hi on the video? Yeah? Do you have a nice rest? Say hello. Hi, sweet girl. And she just really likes being at home and being really close to us. She doesn't even like to really play with toys that much. She just wants to sit on our lap and have us rub her belly. She does not like it when we leave. A funny little story. We went out to dinner the other night and we were only gone maybe an hour, hour and a half. And we had put her in the back of the house and have it partitioned off with a baby gate. Well, she jumped over the baby gate. The baby gate was still standing, so she did clear the gate, and she went to the door that leads to the garage, and our handles, you can push them up to open them. She pushed it up, and then the door opens towards you. She had to pull the door open and the alarm went off. So we're driving home and we noticed that our alarm's going off. I see 2 police at our house. They ring the doorbell, and so I answer because it's a ring doorbell.
Your door alarm went off. They contacted us.
Oh, they did? Okay, thank you. We are like 2 minutes away. I'm not sure what happened, but it did. We got a notification that our alarm was sounding.
Y'all have a dog in y'all's garage. Y'all usually leave
She's
them
in
there?
the yes, please.
All right,
we'll see you in a minute.
Okay, thank you. And I was like, oh, we're like 2 minutes from home. What's going on? And the guy said, there's a dog in your garage. Is that normal? And I was like, no, she must have somehow gotten out. And they were so nice. They came in and checked the whole house. And so we have now baby-proofed our doors. So she's definitely bringing some extra excitement to our life. And we love her. We are enjoying having her very much. So thank you for those of you that asked about her. So now that is everything that I have. If you enjoy these videos and wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I would appreciate it very much. And if you're new and not subscribed, I would love to have you back. Just hit the subscribe button down below. And if you hit the notification bell, it will let you know when I release new videos. Thank you so much for watching, and everybody have a great day. Bye.